Hey guys, so today I want to compare the Galaxy S2 versus the Galaxy S5. Both like Galaxy phones. There are a few Galaxy devices in between, like S3 and S4. But I want to do this video here, compare them a little bit and have some fun with that. Start off here with some main things, of course. That would be the display size. 4.3-inch display here on the Galaxy S2 versus the brand new 5.1-inch 1080p display here on the S5 versus 480x800 Super AMOLED Plus display, which is very good display still on the Galaxy S2. So if we check out some other things here, which I haven't really been having time here, I haven't checked it out at the moment, but should be some kind of fingerprint sensor over here. Which is very cool. You should be able to make PayPal payments and such with it. You have a different layout here. You still have the back key here on the right side on both, but Samsung have ditched the menu button here, menu key on the brand new S5. So now that's a multitasking page. So the way you did that on all the Galaxies was just you hold in the home button, and there you get an option. Let's also see here how TouchWiz have changed a little bit. I mean, you still have the home pages, but for example, when you go in here, you can see now they only have an apps page, no longer this widget page, probably because not that many people used it. It's a little bit boring probably, I think, for most people. And if we go down like this, you can see there's a big difference here in terms of design. This one is way more like iOS 7, the S5. You have also way more things you can customize and enable. Download booster, ultra power saving mode, multi-window. And this one has like Android 4.1, I think, or Android 4.2 Jelly Bean. Of course, we probably won't get the latest Android wearable because it's such an old device. You also have toolbox and things that I haven't even had time to test at the moment. I just want to first of all compare it. Touch sensitivity, private mode, smart pause, car mode. I mean, this is a lot of features that you won't get in the Galaxy S2, just because it's such an old device in comparison. If we also go into settings area here, you can see that it has a brand new layout. On the S2, it doesn't even have the tab options that you do get on newer Galaxies. Just like scroll up and down. If you want to have this look here, almost the same on the S2 or on the S5, you just go into list view here, and then you can also kind of get a similar list. But you can see that you have a ton more options in here, of course, because it's just more features and it's a newer device. So of course it will come packed with a ton of new options and cool things in there. Just also see here what kind of version I'm running here. You can see Android 4.1.2, Jelly Bean versus the more newer version here. There you go, of course. You do get KitKat here. Android 4.4.2 KitKat, and just recently it seems like Android 4.4.3 is going to be unveiled and released, and that could be pretty cool to have a look at, definitely. So if we move on to check out some other things here, this one has a heart rate sensor on the back as well over here. So it can measure your beats per minute. 60 megapixel camera, an upgrade from the 8 megapixel shooter on the S2. I mean, it's going to be a big massive difference. Still, the speaker could be a little bit weak here on the back. You can also see it has like a dulled texture here on the black edition or on the white edition. And you can see it has a closing here because this phone is dust resistant and water resistant. It should be. So that could be very nice. That doesn't mean waterproof, but it just means they probably can take water very well. But don't take it in water if you don't have to. Or, I mean, you probably won't have to. That would be retarded. You can also see here how the page here looks like, how the menus have changed a little bit in the UI look. The borders is a little bit more laid back. Have emergency mode, which is pretty interesting. Airplane mode here, data network mode, if you want to disable that. You don't have that in here though. Okay, this is pretty interesting. So if we move on here to some other things and talk about some specs and some cool things like that, then of course we can just take a look here on the back here. I thought that the S2 had a very nice camera thing that stood out a little bit. Of course the back is like a custom back. Also this little bump, that was pretty cool actually, I think, personally, with this device and the sound here coming out. Of course no closing here because you don't want to put this one in water. I did and it's probably survived, I think, but hey, don't do it if you don't have to. Some other things, 1632GB variants, both have micro SD card option, and the 60 megapixel cameras and 8 megapixel shooter. I mean, it's gonna be a big difference here. Oh, I have a stability update pack there. I don't want to update right now when I'm doing this video, but I mean, as I said there, you have a way better camera and a way updated UI here for the camera, which I might take a look more in detail in the future. I mean, twice the pixels or something like that. That's pretty intense, and of course different modes and stuff like that you're gonna get in the S5 that you can't get in the S2. And then again, big difference here, dual core but 2 GHz inside of the S2. Still runs pretty well here, I mean, versus a quad core 2.5 GHz on the Galaxy S5, and we have Exynos 4412 chips inside of here, Snapdragon 801 chips inside of the S5, and that chip is a little bit better in the Galaxy Note 3s, Snapdragon 800 chipset, but Exynos chipset here runs GTA games amazing, like Rockstar, GTA Vice City, and GTA 3, so that could definitely be something good to know. Mali 400 GPU here versus the Adreno 330 GPU inside of the S5, which is a good GPU for Gameloft games. And of course Gameloft produce a lot of different various games, and I've tried out a lot of them. So you have GT Racing 2, you have Asphalt 8, you have Tor, Rivals at War, no, maybe not, Six Guns, Blitz Brigade, and ton of games, Iron Man 3, Dead Trigger, or no, that's not from Gameloft, but Gangsta City. It's a lot of games from Gameloft, and usually Adreno performs really well at those games, so that can definitely be something fun and a good little thing there to know. If you take a look at the battery here, that could definitely be interesting. You only get 1650 milliamp battery inside of the S2, but then again, dual core processor doesn't draw that much battery probably, but it's using 800 milliamp battery, almost around 1150 milliamps more, I think, something like that, inside of the S5, and then you get also, of course, a bigger display. You get 1080p display resolution, and of course you have different modes on the display, and I'm really not sure which one is the best. I mean, the Galaxy S2, if I remember, was one of the last with the AMOLED Plus display, which is still very good display. I mean, it's quite impressive how nice it shines up here. But then again, we have different colors, we have different icons, and we probably have different display modes on both these two smartphones. So I wouldn't judge it immediately because I need to go and have a look at different display modes and such. But if you go in here pretty quick to the display, here I have adapt display on, and here we have not adapt display, you have dynamic, which is probably something similar, natural, movie. Here we have a dynamic standard. Dynamic standard. They don't have a natural, but they have professional photo and cinema. If we go with standard here, let's try that out for a little bit. Of course, you can see TouchWiz UI updates that the UI is a little bit more flat in the latest S5. Here, I mean, they're a little bit more 3D icon, a little bit like iOS 6. And then, I mean, with iOS 7 got a little bit more flat, and then Samsung probably decided they wanted to do something similar. If we also pop up the browser here, you can probably see that there's a big difference. So you can see here when I'm inside the browser, let's see here. I'm just gonna close some things. I mean, the browser here is just like clunky. Everything's at the top there, back keys, and it's like you can't even see almost what you're writing, and they show you the www. It feels like, what the fuck did they do? Who designed that shit? Versus over here, it goes full screen mode. You can see much better. You have everything that most people use, like reload and then you star, and then quick little button here where you can see all the tabs, and use the menu key up here because you don't have any menu key down at the bottom. But it kind of looks like a Google Chrome browser right now, so that is pretty cool because that was a pretty nice browser. But this just looks like a joke now in the GS2. I don't remember even if we have reading mode in this device here. Loads up quicker there. Let's see if we have the reading mode. Yes, we do have that. And of course we still have that in the S5. Could be a little bit annoying probably sometimes, like when it's hiding, because I think that sometimes you just want to see that top layer when you're doing stuff. Definitely here when I have display mode, if I remember correctly on both, that it was that the display mode was turned on to standard on both. The display that looks the best here, definitely in terms of the white color and such, is definitely the Galaxy S5, and that could definitely be something good thing there to know. And see here, yeah, pop up. So I'm probably gonna check out some other things as well. I mean, we have smart TV and such, so you can control your TV with the GS5 here, because that's like an IR little thing, I think, up here at the top. So that's pretty cool. Actually, I can control my TV and my TV box and everything with it. So I probably might do a video about that in the future. So yeah, stay tuned for more awesome stuff. And if you want to see anything specific, definitely let me know about that, and I will definitely see what I can do. So have a great day, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.